Does GDP per capita consider environmental impact? Have you ever wondered if the economic measure of gross domestic product per capita takes into account the health of our planet? This question is important as we look at different economic systems, including socialism and mixed economies. Gross domestic product per capita is calculated by dividing the total gross domestic product by the population, giving us an average economic output per person. However, this number focuses solely on economic production and income levels. It does not consider environmental impacts like pollution, resource depletion, or ecological degradation. For instance, if a country increases its industrial production, the gross domestic product per capita may rise. But this growth could come at the cost of air and water pollution or deforestation. These negative effects are not deducted from the gross domestic product figures. So, even as the gross domestic product per capita increases, the environmental situation can worsen. From a socialist viewpoint, this limitation is quite significant. Socialism emphasizes social and environmental justice alongside economic well-being. It critiques gross domestic product per capita as an incomplete measure because it ignores the sustainability of economic growth. Socialists argue that economic systems should integrate environmental protection as a core objective. This means that environmental health should not be treated as an external factor in economic measurement. Historically, socialist states have claimed to prioritize harmony between society and nature. However, many have pursued rapid industrial growth without adequate environmental safeguards, leading to ecological harm. This creates a tension within socialism between the desire for economic development and the need for environmental sustainability. Socialists advocate for economic planning that explicitly includes environmental limits and social equity. They propose moving beyond gross domestic product per capita as the primary measure of progress. Instead, they suggest using indicators that reflected environmental health, resource use, and social well-being. For example, a socialist approach would support policies aimed at reducing pollution and conserving natural resources. This might even mean limiting gross domestic product growth to ensure that economic activities do not exceed ecological boundaries. In short, gross domestic product per capita does not consider environmental impact. Relying solely on this measure can lead to a narrow focus on economic output, neglecting the environmental and social costs of production. Socialism calls for alternative metrics that integrate environmental sustainability and social justice into the economic framework.